Okay, so oh god, episode 4 of the ISP BJJ podcast. Post tournament celebrations with Michelle's the title. Viewer discretion is advised because of maybe possible language, triggering, talk, or anything. Ideal Climate Solutions, the sponsor, anywhere in Sydney, or Ideal Climate Solutions, and Dr. Chris Gibson. They're fantastic for any air conditioning requirements. All right, Mickey, I'm fucking itching to know, Michelle, how'd you go today? So explain, where were you, what were you doing? Obviously, you're competing.
So I was in a city called Kamloops, and I went to a jiu-jitsu competition. I entered the gi, no-gi, and absolute division. I actually had 3 other women to fight, which was awesome, because normally I have like 1. And 2 of them were tough as shit. I mean, I mean no disrespect to the other woman. It's just like 2 of them tried to kill me, which I really appreciate. So yeah, and my mom came to watch, and she was very upset at the end of it, but she's always upset when I fight anybody ever. Like, I mean, if they even step on the mat, she's like, "Don't you do that?" And I'm just like, I need them to, you know? So yeah, like my team went out. They did really, really well. We got a bunch of medals. We had we didn't have a massive turnout, but like we're just starting to get back into competitions here. So our last competition for jiu-jitsu was like February of 2020. And then I went to the Grand Prix for judo in June, and I have not had a competition since. So this was like the first one back. The first division I went into was the gi division, obviously. And I mean, my first round was pretty good. I landed quite a few, that one I only really had to get like 1 takedown. So I took the girl down, and I think I used a foot sweep on her and put her on her butt. She did go to pull guard, but I kind of kicked her foot while she pulled guards, because I do that so that I get the points, because fuck you and your guard. So I kicked her foot out while she was pulling guard, got past her guard, just jumped on top of her. She, to be fair, was a very new blue belt, right? Like I had checked her profile on the online like registration for this competition, and it said that her last competition was the female like over 30 white belt division. So let's be fair here, this was not like I just beat the shit out of a blue belt. No. I just beat the shit out of like a baby blue belt, you know? But yeah, I put her down, and she went to roll out of it, and like instant, I'm on her back immediately, and just her chin was up. So I just right away, like within like the first minute of the match, I sunk in the rear naked choke, and she tapped, and that's all she wrote for that one. The second one was good too. So this chick was pretty damn tough, I gotta say. I did take her down a few times. I hit her with the sumi. I hit her with a couple of foot sweeps. So I did take her down, and I was having a bitch of a time passing her guard. She had a pretty good guard. So I did get past her guard, and I pinned her in side control, and her coaches are coaching her like, do this, do that, do, whatever. She's trying to squirm out of my side control. And I got coaches shouting at me like, take her back, Michelle, but knee on belly. And I'm just like, I'm not in a position to do that, because A, I'm tired, and B, like my forearms are burning, and I still got another match because I was gripping the gi for dear life. I don't know why, but I'm like trying to pass that guard. It was so hard. So if I got a grip, I was not letting it go. And I was determined to climb this chick like a freaking tree and get past that guard. So my arms are burning. I'm laying there in side control, and it was, take her back, knee on belly. I'm like, fuck you. I am resting. Thank you. So her coaches were telling her to turn, and the way that she turned, she, instead of putting her hand on my shoulder, her forearm slipped up. Now, when I say slip up, I mean fucked up, like in the polite way, because I had my arm under her head. I slipped my palm down between her shoulder blades, palm down to the floor, dove my forehead to the floor, trapped her arm in there, cinched up my grips, knee slided over, and had an arm choke.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah. And then I got to my third match, the last match of that division, the gold medal match, and the chick that I was fighting, fuck, she is tough, man. But again, I did take her down, but then I got in her guard, and this woman has a goddamn impossible guard to pass. Like, that shit was hard. So I'm in her closed guard. I'm getting past her closed guard, but then she does this fucking inverted guard. So, like, I'm on top of her, like, I'm sitting on her face, but her feet are still on my hips. I'm like, get
Oh my God.
So, yeah, like, she, like, just crazy guard. And I'm like, oh my God. So it was just this fighting. And I ended up back in her closed guard, and she locked up a triangle choke. And I'm fuck. So it was like she was in the position for a triangle choke. It was not tight. And she wasn't like shoving her leg over my mouth or anything like that. Like, I could still breathe. I didn't have the blood cut off. I was just stuck. So I'm working, and I know she's burning out her legs. So I'm like, that's fine. Like, I'm just inch, because I can feel it. She doesn't have it, and she's not going to get it. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, that's fine. I'm kind of inch my way out. And, but she had that thing wrapped around me for like a good 2 minutes. So
Wow.
major pain in the ass. Yeah. But she also burnt out her legs doing that. Right. So, yeah, so I got out of that and got past her guard, and I won that match on points. So then we had a couple hours of rest and went into the no-gi division, and it was the same 3 girls. So I'm going up, and this girl, the first one that I had fought, the very first one that I put in the rear naked choke, she comes up to me, and like total sweetheart. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about this girl. She's amazing. So she comes up, and we're standing there waiting to go up for the no-gi, and she's just like, I just had to say, she's like, I read an article about you. And I'm like, oh. I said, a judo one? She goes, yeah. I said, yeah, okay. Because, I mean, for me, being a professional athlete, there's news stories, there's articles, my stuff's pretty public, and I'm not hiding anything. I'm like, you know, it's whatever. Like, people are, if they know who I am, great. If they don't, I don't care. Like, I'm not trying to be a celebrity, but I'm aware that a lot of my stuff is quite public. So people might know the kind of throws that I like and the kind of submissions that I like and, you know, that kind of thing. So she goes, yeah, I read an article on you, and it was a judo article. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, I'm just amazed by everything that you're doing, and it's so inspiring. And she's like, she's like, it's so awesome that you love fighting this much, and you've been able to make it your life's work. And she's like, I read that article, and I had to come fight you. And I'm like, oh my God, like, well, thank you.
That's pretty good.
Like, oh, thank you. So me and her are now fighting in no-gi. So again, I took her down, and she did put up more of a fight in this one. She definitely, like, all the girls actually put up more of a fight in the no-gi. I was like, oh, because I didn't have the gi grip, so I couldn't climb them and hold them down the way I could before, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. So she put up more of a fight, but I did take her down. I did get past her guard, and I submitted her with an Americana. And then nice. I fought the second, again, it was like the same order. So the girl that I had fought in the gi that I put in the head and arm choke, I fought her again. And again, like, she was tough. She was hard. So this one I did win on points. Now, I threw her multiple times. Like, my friend was watching this, and he's like watching a video of it. He's like, oh my God, take down clinic. I'm like, thank you. Like, it was foot sweeps everywhere. There was sumis everywhere. There was just boom, boom, boom. This chick was flying. So I'm like, all right. So I was taking her down. I did have trouble passing her guard. And I got in the same, I got past her guard. I got her in side control. And then I got in the same position where, like, I was holding on to that head and arm, but I just didn't. She had tucked her chin, so I was kind of crushing her face, but I didn't have the choke. And then she slid her arm down. So yeah, so I just let go of that and went back to side control. She was squirming, got her guard back, and then I was like, she was pushing, and she's pushing on me, pushed me away with her legs, and I'm like, shit. So I ended up kind of getting knocked like belly down just because of the way I was trying to pass her guard. I was trying to wrap up a leg and like, you know, sprawl on it and run around. And I got knocked belly down and I went, no, like not giving my back, no. So I rolled to my back and now I'm like, fuck, because I hate fighting off my back. I hate it. So I was trying to sweep her, but like at this point, we're both like 5 matches deep. We're tired. We're sweaty. Like, good luck. I can't get grips on nothing. So, and then I hear them. They're like, 10 seconds left. And I'm like, fuck you. So I got the pole dancer legs, right? If I can hold myself upside down on a 2-inch pole, when I decide I'm wrapping up your leg, it's my leg now. That is my leg now. So I wrapped up her leg and I won on points. Which is shitty, but I don't care. Nice. It's a win, you know. And then the last one, I fought the really, really tough chick again. And this was like a stalemate. Like, we were fighting, and I don't know, like, I was trying to take her down. She wasn't going down. She was trying to take me down. I wasn't going down. She pulled guard. I wasn't getting past her guard. It was just like, it was a stalemate. The match ends. There is 0-0. No one got nothing. Not even advantage point. Nothing.
Wow.
So then they're like, okay, we're going into overtime. First point wins. So if you guys are going to pull guard, you better fully pull guard and you better do something with it. And I'm going, I'm not fucking pulling guard. But she might. And we're going to get in this stalemate again. But no, she actually started trying to wrestle me, and her coach was telling her to go for a like shoot like a double or something like that. She kind of did, but not real. Like, she more just kind of dropped her level, but didn't follow through. So then I went to shoot a double, but I was out just a little bit too far. Wonder what the problem with my depth perception could possibly be. Who knows? So I was a little bit far on it, but I did manage to get double unders on her. I turned that into the body lock, and then I came around her side and foot swept her. So I pulled her hips in with the body lock, and I kicked her foot out, and then that was the takedown. That was the point, and I won that match. Then we get to the absolute division. Same 2 girls that have won silver and bronze in my other divisions, okay, like the really tough chicks. And there was a white belt actually signed up, which I'm like, good for you, because this chick was like maybe 120 pounds. So like, I don't know, like little tiny. So like 100 pounds, I don't know, she was like 120 pounds. She was like 30 pounds less than me, so like 15 kilos less than me. So I mean, she was small. She was probably like 55 kilos, maybe, right? Maybe. She was small. So she went and fought the toughest chick that I had fought. I'm like, Jesus. And I mean, she lost. And the chick, she wasn't mean to her or anything. Just like, you know, put her in mount and that kind of like stuff like that. So she beat her. And then I fought the one that I had got the head and arm choke on in the first match, in the first division. I fought her again, and I did manage to win. Now, it was a points win, but I did manage to win. And then I go in for the last match, going up for the belt. And we're on mat 3. Mat 3, the screen keeps dying, like all day. The screen had been dying. So you can't see who got what points. You can't see how long you have left, this kind of shit, right? So I am winning. I have taken her down twice. I have passed her guard. I am winning. And then I was just holding her down because I was tired and her arms were in too tight for me to get an arm lock. And I'm just like, and I know she's tough, and I'm going, fuck, I want that belt. So I got to do what I got to do. If I got to win on points, I got to win on points, you know? So I'm going, and then someone started out like, oh, she's stalling. So I'm like, fuck you. So I start moving around, right? Like going to different hold downs and trying to get her arm in here. 1.5 minutes left. I'm like, oh yeah, 1.5 minutes left. I'm up on points. I'm on top. I'm winning. This is awesome. And then she was obviously trying to get out. So her legs were flailing. I took a knee straight to the nose, and I got knocked back a little bit because I just took a knee straight to the nose, and she escaped my hold down. I went to get up to fight her on the feet, but like now my nose is gushing blood, and she took me down, which I'm like, that's fine. You know, we're in like the last 40 seconds. Someone had said 40 seconds. I'm like, okay, she's got like half a minute left. She's only got 2 points. I'm beating her on points. That's fine. But now my nose is dripping blood. Like there is blood all over the mat, and it's like a faucet. It just so I'm like, and now I'm fine. Like you can, anyone, I'm on camera right now. My nose is not broken. I am fine. It was bleeding. That's all. She went to take my back, and the ref saw the mat covered in blood and stopped the match and awarded her the match. And I'm going,
what?
And then
What?
yeah, he awarded. Yeah. So now there are people there that like there was people there that were watching it, and they're like, well, the screen was dead. We can't even see. Like I'm pretty sure they're like, A, you won that match, and B, you won that match before he called it off, like before he called it off for the blood and all that. But at the same time, I mean, I won the gold medal in both divisions, and I dominated both divisions. So you know who the winner was. She knows who the winner was. I know who the winner was. And to me, it's like, I know how the refs get. You know what I mean? Like, if you question the ref, they get pissy, and everyone's going to look at me and be like, oh, well, she's just being a poor sport, and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, you know what? It's a local competition. Like, it's not like this is a UFC belt and there's $250,000 on the line. It's a local competition. I do not care enough to fight with the ref or the opponent or whatever. Like, now I'll admit, like, when I got stood up, like, there is blood on both my hands, there's blood on my gi, and the first thing I do is just go, because I got a mouthful of blood. So my nose was bleeding very badly. That being said, the match was over. Like, the match was over, and I had dominated the whole round. So I can understand where people are saying, oh my God, well, you know, you did this. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You know what? Sometimes you gotta sometimes there's a shitty call. And it sucks to be on the losing end of that shitty call. But at the same time, I understand when you were bleeding profusely, the ref has to call the match. Like, I get that. Especially when everyone's all, you know, gotta stick up their ass over COVID. I don't think they've decided it's transmitted by blood yet. I'm pretty sure that's more if you got fucking your AIDS or Hep C or some shit like that. But no one cares about AIDS or Hep C. They just care about COVID. So, but yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much how it went. I am a little bit upset that I didn't get my belt, and I firmly do feel that I won that match, but I do not care enough to go and fight with an amateur jiu-jitsu ref either, right? So, you know.
That is very understandable. So, but first of all, fucking hell, Michelle, double gold. Congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we know you won that last match. That was a very poor call by the ref, first of all. Okay, so the fact that she caused your nose to bleed that much, I'm pretty sure that that's a DQ on her for like.
I know.
It's like counted as striking. Like one of the black belts.
Oh
in
yeah,
Australia,
her knee came up and fucking bat right in the nose.
Yeah. I know someone who got DQ'd because the ref didn't like him. In the black belt division at one of the Abu Dhabi pros, because he had 2 sleeve grips and he, extended his legs, pushed the dude's hips out for open guard, and the ref stopped and said, "No, you kicked him. That's a DQ."
Well, and I mean, to me, I look at it and I'm like, for me, I don't care, because I mean, you think I don't get a bloody nose regularly training at Toshido, going and sparring in Muay Thai and boxing when I can't see with the shit? Of course I do. Yeah. So to me, it's like, you know, I'm in combat sports. You're going to get a shot to the mouth every now and then, or to the nose, or to the temple, or the whatever. Like, you're going to eat a shot. I understand that she was just trying to get out of the hold down. her legs were flailing. She was not getting out of the hole. Like, she wasn't going to get out of the hole down that way. Her legs were flailing. But,
oh, I've been knocked out.
It's just,
like
it's
that.
just a series, it's a series of shitty circumstances, right? Where,
Yeah.
and she didn't do it on purpose, and she did feel bad, and she did apologize. And I told her, like, well, look, you know, it's combat sports. Like, this stuff happens. I'm not mad. But yeah, I do think that it was a bad call on the ref's part. But like I say,
100%.
are you gonna fight with an amateur jiu-jitsu ref in a local competition? Probably not. You know.
No, it's probably best not to. I mean, you did beat her ass like
Yep.
twice already. No,
Yeah.
like she didn't beat you either.
I know.
Like the third time. Yeah.
No. So I mean, like, to me, it's would have been cool to have a belt, but whatever. She, like, let her, you know, take the belt. I took the gold in both divisions. We know who the winner is. Like, I'm not,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, she can go home. She can go home and look at her silver medals, and you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's awesome. So amazing.
That is pretty cool.
My poor mother, though. My poor mother came to watch the competition, and she was sitting right by the mat when my nose was just dripping like a faucet. And then, of course, the first thing that I do, because it's me, I stand up, I've got blood in my mouth. I don't, like, casually, you know, wipe I just go, and spit blood everywhere. Like, as it's pouring down my face, and it's all over my arms and hands and shirt, and oh my god. Like, sorry, Mom.
Was that the first time your mum's been to see you compete?
Nope, but it's the first time she's seen me bleeding like that.
Might be the last time she sees you compete.
Oh, I
Yes,
felt so
right.
bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. Oh. But no, I mean, it was fun, and I'm really glad that there's women like that in my division, because you know, women's judo and jiu-jitsu and women's martial arts in general, it's small. It's virtually non-existent. So just to see that I had 3 matches in both divisions, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be awesome. And then 2 of them turned out to be super tough. Now, my 2 toughest opponents, I mean, granted, one is a purple belt, but she's moved across the country, so I don't get to fight her anymore. Not locally, anyway. And the other one, she had a shoulder injury and had to have surgery. And, yeah, I've been waiting to fight her for months. For months. She was my last fight in 2020, and the chick is tough as hell. Like, so I've been, like, I want to fight her again. She's such a tough opponent, and we are tied. This is one we're tied up, right? Like, we both got, you know, 2 wins, 2 losses, a silver and a gold, and we're like, we need our tiebreaker now. And I can't fight her until next year when her shoulder is healed. So I'm like, man. So to have 2 new women come in that are that tough and ready to compete, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy to see my division coming up like that, and having a challenge for myself.
Wow, that's awesome.
It sounds great. And it's not too long until it's next year anyway. So
I know.
we're like
It is
late
too long.
October.
I want to fight her. We've been waiting for a rematch since February 2020. It's been almost 2 years. We need our tiebreaker.
Wow.
Well, did you hurt her shoulder in the show?
I did not hurt her shoulder. I don't think.
Did you hurt her feelings?
No, she came and thanked me after the match, and she was the first one to say, I saw your name on the bracket and I had to come fight you. She came and thanked me after the match, and she's like, yeah, I saw your name on the bracket, and I saw you were signed up, and she's like, I didn't care about the other people that were signed up. I remember I fought you last fall, and you were tough as hell, and I wanted to come fight you again. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. So, you know, I was nice. It's not judo. I didn't hurt her.
It's not.
Now, I'm just saying, when you look at my record, most of my injured opponents have been in judo, not jiu-jitsu. So I don't know how that happened, but I guess
I know, we know.
that's
We know
fair.
you don't like judo, so you're trying to injure everybody that does judo, so you don't have to do judo anymore.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with this jiu-jitsu light bullshit? Smash!
Michelle no leg smash.
You're gonna limit my submissions, bitch. I'm gonna make the ones that I'm allowed to do even worse.
Oh my god.
I can't use them yet. I'm orange.
I don't think I'm welcome at judo.
Huh?
I don't think I'm welcome at the judo club now.
You're probably not. You're a dick.
Yeah. I think the instructor's butthurt that I'm a black belt.
Probably.
Oh god. So were you coaches
you know
there?
what it is? You know what it is? You know how jits guys don't like to be thrown?
Oh yeah, I really don't like to be thrown.
Judo guys don't like shit on the ground. Like, they don't. Like, a black belt in judo competes at a blue belt level in jiu-jitsu.
That is true.
So, like, you'd basically, I mean, and I'm beating up black belts in judo, so, and I am a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. So you'd be fighting someone who's at a lower skill level than me on the ground, and that's why he's mad.
Yeah, fair enough. I think he did tell me that he wears his like, you know, 3rd degree judo black belt when he goes to train a bit of jiu-jitsu. So I think he's been
You
walloped a few
fucking
times.
wear that 3rd degree judo black belt on the mats in my jits club, bitch. I'll treat you like a black belt, but I'm gonna be treating you like a black belt on the ground. So I wouldn't fucking do that, because that means I'm allowed to heel hook you.
Oh, I know.
And
so
I will.
That's what I was thinking as well. I'm just like, no, Andre, don't say it. Don't listen to the inner voice this time. Because every
I
inch of
say
me
listen
just
to
got,
the inner voice.
I don't know. Every inch of me just got frustrated and was like, ah. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
don't
that's
say
pretty,
anything,
that's
dickhead.
pretty disrespectful. I no.
Well,
Well, look,
what
you know
if
what?
I
Okay,
wore my...
here's my take on it. If he was training at the jiu-jitsu place because like maybe he was doing a seminar or something, right? He's doing a seminar under the pretext that he is a judoka. So where your rank?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
They've been invited too.
100%. Exactly right.
That's fair and that's valid, but that'd be like me showing up to my first judo class wearing my jiu-jitsu blue belt and going, well, what's wrong with me wearing a blue belt? Well, what's wrong is you're about to get launched, little girl. You want to wear that blue belt? Fucking let's go.
He told me to wear my black belt to class. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm scared of the floor.
Scared of the floor. Only when you're not pulling guard, huh?
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, it's less to fall. In guard, you just go down. Pulling guard, you just go down. In judo, you go up and then down.
Oh, no,
Sometimes
no.
forward or
Oh, no.
sideways as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just go down. If it's a foot sweep, they usually just go down. But yeah, I mean, I saw some people go up and then go down today. They went up. And then they
Have you
went,
ever seen?
oh.
If you've ever seen like any foot sweep demonstrated by like Dave or Dan Camarillo, those people go up and then down.
Oh yeah, I can put you up and then down too, but I'm usually just lazy,
Yeah.
so you go down and I go down on top of you.
So that match that you had with in the no-gi, where you like we took the go down like heaps.
Yeah.
I reckon. Did you get any footage of that? Does anyone have any video?
Yeah.
That would be great to post up on the
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Yeah. My mom did manage to get video of some of my competitions, some of my rounds. So
Nice.
not all of them. And unfortunately, she missed every fucking one of my submissions. Mother. Piss. God. But doesn't matter. I got the medal, so fuck it.
Yeah, right. And Beck, you're competing soon?
Yeah, I went and signed up for a judo comp in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Pussy. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Just a little local one, so yeah. Hopefully, though, in saying that, though, hopefully I'll still get some like people to spar. So yeah.
Just smash them. Smash the
I'll
shit
do my
out of 'em.
best. The only assumptions I'm going in with is one, they're not going to go easy on me because I'm blind, and two, they're probably
not.
better than me. So I'm just gonna go after them and see what
So I'm
happens.
going to answer the same thing to both of those. They're not. They're not going to go easy on you, but they're also not better than you.
That's
So go ahead and
right.
kick the
Who
shit out
does?
of 'em.
Who does jiu-jitsu?
Well, they might too. Who knows?
No,
and I'm
they
not allowed
don't.
to use submissions until
they
I'm
don't.
green.
Probably not.
bet
No.
money-
There, and
I
I'll
will
probably
bet
get
money.
disqualified if they give me an arm and I like arm bar them or strangle them or something.
$500 says not one of them does jujitsu.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'll watch Michelle bet. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I
And
know
I
my
have to do
escapes aren't good
jiu-jitsu.
enough to get out in 10 seconds, so the jiu-jitsu doesn't sort of help right now.
No,
That's
you
why I can't
squish
get
them.
out.
Do what I do and just drive your hip right into their face, and then they can't move. And it works in jits and it
North
works in
South,
judo.
hey?
If you just yeah,
Your escapes, Beck, your escapes will be fine.
you're gonna be fine.
Oh, well, if
You're
I
way
have
better
to
on the
escape,
ground.
something's going wrong.
No, Beck, you just go to get your guard back. And then they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Oh fuck, it's guard. What do I do here?" And they're just gonna like die of confusion.
Yeah, I heard they get like heaps claustrophobic, and they kind of the
Yep.
walls are caving in.
They freak out. You put a judo guy in guard, and they just kind of sit there. They don't know what to do. They're like, at your level, like you're an orange belt, so you're gonna be like orange and yellow. You're gonna put them in guard, and they're gonna be like, it's on his legs. Oh my god!
Oh, you'll be
Like,
able to
freak
sweep
them
them.
out.
They won't see it.
Them over.
Yeah, they won't even see it coming. Don't worry.
I can only do my best, so that's what I'm doing with.
It's not champion mentality.
Have you swept a white belt ever? Like even one time?
Yeah?
Well, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Because that's harder than anything you're gonna face on the ground from a judo yellow or orange belt. All they know is roll to their back, roll to their belly. That's all they know how to do. You're fine.
And that's coming from the Olympian.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, the black belts were rolling to their damn belly. And when I was on the ground with the black belts, they're like, "Oh, belly," and I'm like,
Christmas.
okay, thanks for the back. That was a big mistake. But that's just me. I don't like getting choked in competition. That's just my preference. I don't know.
I'm sure they regretted it quite soon.
Yup. They always do. They always
Oh, damn,
do.
she's a
Some of my-
jetpack.
Yeah, well, they knew that going in. Like, Andre, you were saying you were watching, and they were talking about me training jujitsu.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
So, yeah,
The
Oh, wow.
commentators knew anyway.
yeah.
I don't know if the competitors knew.
Unless they could hear, like unless they were calling out. Oh no, but Michelle couldn't hear it either.
No.
No, I could.
But
I was
you
like,
did
what?
It was online.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we had to chase the commentators.
The jujitsu girls, the jujitsu people don't want to give me their back. The judo people really fucking don't want to give me their back. Like, and the jits people know what to do when I'm on their back. The judo people are like, maybe if I spread myself out more. I'm like, yeah, thank you. Do that. Like, I'm gonna get fired.
I can't fire you. I think you're the better one.
That's
I mean, like I know the other girl's a brown belt, but she got all like injured and shit.
She's
Her
a
ground
black belt.
game's
She's a
probably
black belt.
terrible. Oh, is she?
Black belt.
Okay.
Oh, what the thing she was around?
Her-
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Her ground game is good for judo. Like let's be real, that unless you're someone who 9 times out of 10 in judo, their ground game is gonna be shit compared to mine. Probably more than that. And that's just because I train jujitsu. Like, unless they're cross training, you got nothing. I'm not concerned about your ground game. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna roll to your belly? Oh, like, that's fucking safe. Like, I don't care. Please roll to your belly. I wish they would do that in jujitsu, because you know what would make my life a lot easier? Just giving me the back. Like, you know what? What was it? Today, my main bitch is, I'm like, holy fuck, their guard's hard to pass. Oh my god, her guard's hard to pass. Holy fuck, her guard's hard to pass. The ones that rolled as soon as they gave me their back, or as soon as I saw the one girl that I had an arm choked her, she didn't even give me her back. I saw her shoulder blade. She was just on her side, but I could see her back. It's fine. We're not going to keep using this anymore because Zoom is being a cunt. So, wait, no, it's not being a cunt. Cunts are useful. Zoom is kind of like a vibrator without batteries. And, like, not a dick one, like one of those little bullet ones that you got to put it on your clit, so it's really fucking useless without batteries.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just throw that clip out the
Come
door.
across them all the time. Come on, BJJ.
All right, we're back. And apparently my name is BJJ now. But I guess.
And
I'm
apparently
okay with
you're
that.
going to cut out all my cunt and clit jokes.
Just that one.
No.
Okay, good.
Because I don't want to get banned
BJJ
off
got us back
YouTube.
in.
Ah, YouTube's a cunt too. I forgot. Fuck.
Don't insult YouTube.
Yeah, they'll
So
really want
fucking-
us up there now.
Yeah. We got to try it.
What
we gotta
the
try to get
hell?
it on Spotify and Apple Podcast.
Yeah, once we work out how to do that.
What?
No one knows
No,
how to do that.
Wait.
apparently you do it the same way as you would sign up for a YouTube channel. Like, just go to
Oh,
the
yeah.
website, go to like applepodcast.com or spotify.com, and then it'll say like sign up, and then you can upload.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
What the fuck?
Because I've had like a few friends like say, oh, can you get it on Spotify or Apple Podcast, because that's the only way I can listen to it.
Well, we should do that then.
All right, well, we
Yeah.
should work on that next.
Tech black belt.
Yeah.
Ah, crap, I knew that would bite me in the ass. That's more like a blue-purplish.
Oh.
Anyway.
I'm getting booty calls at 11 p.m. while I'm trying to do a podcast. What the fuck?
Eggplant.
Okay, you gotta.
I-
Read the best one, or the best top 3.
No, it's like one person. It was just one person that just texted me when we were doing this. I can't read that on the podcast. You guys got mad when I said cunt.
You can read it. It's fine.
I'm not
BJJ
reading that on the
won't edit
podcast.
it.
You're gonna get mad when I said cunt. I said I made one vibrator joke. I made one joke about how Zoom is as useless as a vibrator without batteries, and y'all are like, cut.
Was it
I
me?
can't read no fucking booty calls. You know the nasty shit I
I
do.
was
Oh my
I was
god.
laughing too hard. That was bad. Read it out or
Yeah,
text
that
it
was
to
bad.
me.
I don't want to start back.
Text it to me.
Wow, that's a dick. Okay.
Do you need to go, Michelle?
No, I'm fine. I'm
Send a
ignoring.
dick pic back.
No, because that's actually good dick. Like, I mean, I'm not a fan of the dick pics, but like, I mean, if the dick is good, I'm not gonna like send you, you know, like, and just don't do that. But like, also like, come over. You know,
Yeah.
The podcast has gone off the rails at this point. Nice.
Hey,
doesn't it always though?
yeah, we gave up.
Yes,
on
it
It's
that.
does.
not my fault. It's not
It's
my fault that
Mainly Michelle's fault.
it is not my fault. Okay, it is not my fault. I don't know. Like, what the fuck do you want from me? I'm an amazing grappler and I get premium D. Like, what do you want? I
Yeah,
like
she's
my
a good-
life.
Yeah, see, she's a good blue belt.
Yeah. I like my life.
Oh my god, you have to tell us in the next week if anything about your belt color changes, considering those
Oh,
results you got
yeah.
this tournament.
You know, if I look, and I know your stance on the matter, but I don't know. I can see arguments for, I can see arguments against. I'm just waiting for my coach's decision. He will give me what he feels is appropriate. And I mean, even like,
I'm just saying, like, let us know if it happens soon.
Yeah, I'll listen when it happens. You guys will be the first to know.
Sweet.
Yay.
But I'm also like, even after today, I'm like, okay, pros and cons. Pro, I launched some bitches. They weren't bitches, they were nice girls. But I mean, I launched some bitches. I mean, my stand-up game is on point, and I got half of my wins came by submission. So those are two. Like, my stand-up is fucking clean, and half my wins were submission. The other half was
nice.
Like, I dominated today. So I can see some arguments for, but I can also see some arguments that, look, I'm struggling with the guard of a blue belt, and you want to give me a purple belt?
Some blue belts have a purple belt guard. That's why they get.
That's fair.
True.
That's valid.
Yeah. I don't think I could give a purple belt to someone that didn't have like a 1, 2, 3 guard, like 3 things.
3 things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 main things.
You know what?
I
landed a sweep today too. I did land a sweep today too. So like, I kind of had, to me, I had a very well-rounded performance where I did have, like, my stand-up was on point. My pins were definitely on point. I had half my wins were by submissions, and I was working the sweep game. I feel like I had a very well-rounded performance today that my coach did not see.
No.
It's always the way.
Coach
never sees when you do something epic.
I know, they don't, do they? They never do. Ever.
It's like, oh, did they see that?
When you fuck it
No.
up. Oh my god, my coach would always see me when I was fucking up, or like just like not trying and talking shit. Like, because I'd done like 20 reps, and I'm like, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna talk shit. Andre, don't do it like that. Yeah, but you didn't see me the first 20 times. It was good.
You didn't see the good one. You saw when the big athletic guy came and he wouldn't let me do it. He was supposed to put his arm here, and he put his arm over there, and do it with your arm over there. And he wouldn't let me pull. Michelle wouldn't let me pull a guard, and she's mean. And I'm not crying. I just hit the floor really hard.
It's the sweat from the floor that's on my face.
I sweat puddle.
I'm crying. My eyes are just sweating.
Yeah. The sweat.
It's really hot in here. I can't control the sweat that's coming off in from my face. I told you you're a cheap cunt and you don't have air conditioning.
See, you said cunt, and how come I get in trouble? Fuck, is it because I'm not from Australia and I'm from one of the countries that thinks cunt is a bad word? Like, fuck these cunts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cunt is a good word.
We're allowed to say it from the age of 10 here. Probably.
I feel like if you think that cunt is a bad word, you shouldn't be able to touch one. So, all the women, you don't get to masturbate anymore. And all the men, hope you like anal.
They only get to masturbate.
No, they don't, because they don't get to touch it. If you think cunt is a bad word, they don't get to touch it, so they don't get to masturbate anymore. So, your man better be hitting that shit real good. I have spoken. I am champion for the day, and I have spoken.
Okay.
I like how focused we are about jiu-jitsu.
It's a double
brought
gold
it
day.
back.
Michelle gets to say what she wants to.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
No,
otherwise
that is a
I
very
will throw
valid
on
Today's
it.
her day.
Have you double golded before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually enter 2 divisions. I'll enter, like, of course, jiu-jitsu, I enter the gi and the no gi, and then judo, I enter the stand-up and the groundwork. So I want to get my money's worth, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to go all that way, like, you know how few people show up to a women's division, so I don't want to travel all that way and be like, oh, fuck, I got 1 fight. Like, I want 2 divisions every time. I'm going to be exhausted, but I want 2 divisions.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, so since Michelle has called me old maybe 15 or so times today,
You are.
Back when I was a blue belt, there was no such thing as 2 divisions.
See?
There was just your weight class. The absolute division didn't exist. And no,
but you didn't have gi and no gi?
No gi was only in the summer.
Well, fuck, you're old.
Yeah, right?
Whoa.
Only
And,
in
like,
the summer?
No gi was in the summer. Okay.
Yep.
So they were just deciding that, like, hey, you know, these 2 people that are going to be fighting and working really, really hard and sweating all over each other, we don't want them to get cold. It's not like this is an indoor sport where you have constant body contact or something. Like, that would solve all their problems.
Pretty much. No gi wasn't too prevalent unless you were doing MMA. And there was no gi tournaments until like summer when there was like one. There was no such thing as a no gi division, like for your regular, like, standard BJJ
So it was like
tournament.
just a no gi tournament. And
No, it was just
no
it
gi
was like a
division
no
and
gi
no
tournament.
gi. Wow.
That just... See, like, I mean, you know, we talked a lot of shit on, like, judo, and Beck talks a lot of shit on karate, but I mean, just has its downsides too.
Yeah, no, but look, we're talking a long time ago.
I know. Well, yeah, but now you're still looking. I mean, like, they're barely letting you do leg locks anymore. They're still, the leg locks are dirty. Yeah, okay. You don't know how to get out of it, so it must be dirty. Crybaby.
I know my leg locks.
Yeah, I know you do, but I mean, you go to an IBJJF tournament, you're allowed to do them because you're a black belt. Check how many other people are allowed to do them, and ask when they start learning them.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
Mm-mm.
I know. I went when I trained in LA, they had different rules for their purple belts to what we do in Australia.
Yeah.
Guess what purple belts are allowed to do in America? We're allowed to do at that time in America. Knee bars.
Huh.
Guess what I did all throughout fucking the time I was in America is knee bar people. That's how I won my fucking Gracie Worlds final. I come back to Australia, I jump in the tournament, I'm like, oh, hang on a second. I can't knee bar. And in that time of realizing that, I've been guillotined.
God.
Damn.
See, I don't understand the reason, like...
I need a brown
behind
belt,
that.
or I need to stop competing because it's useless.
Well, but like really, what's, you know? Okay, so someone didn't know how to get out of it. Here's my problem with it. Someone doesn't know how to get out of a knee bar, so we're gonna ban leg locks. You know how many people I've seen fuck up their arms because they escape arm bars wrong, or fuck up their necks because they get a neck crank instead of a choke, or like it is a submission. Like, tap out if you don't know how to get out of it. So they freak out about like knee bars and heel hooks, and yet a white belt is allowed a straight ankle lock.
Exactly.
Can that not fuck up your ankle?
Here's the thing. Any straight joint lock, so you know your arm bar, knee bar, and Achilles lock. Like it's the same mechanics, same kind of hyper.
I know.
With the arm bar and the knee bar, it's the same mechanics, the same hyper.
You're just bending the joint the other way.
Yeah.
Whether
so if you know how to do what I used to say to people, I'm like, all right, we do a knee bar, so I don't know how to do a knee bar. Do you know how to do an arm bar? Well, yeah. I'm like, it's the same shit, but on the leg.
Yeah, it's just bigger.
Yeah, and I think there's more leeway
in a knee bar.
There's a little bit more.
I feel like my arms bend. Personally, my arms probably have a little more bend than my knees.
Okay.
But that's
mine don't. But
really just
like,
me.
Like I've knee barred some people who have very strong legs and can like kind of hold off just like with the muscular.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
That's why I used to get so many verbal taps.
Plus, I just kind of rotate my leg. Like it's the same idea as an arm bar, right? Like if you're not bending the joint the wrong way, you don't have a submission. So I'm like, well, okay, like I'm just gonna turn my leg and now I'm out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I know a lot of people that try to pull out of that shit, whether it's an arm bar or a straight ankle or a knee bar, and they go to pull out and they actually tighten it up on themselves.
I know, right?
Like it just makes me laugh, man.
At that particular time that I was like over in America, they had the right idea. I think when it came to what submissions for like what belt divisions, I like the idea of straight joint locks. So that'd be arm bar, knee bar, Achilles lock for blue and purple.
Yeah.
And then the rotational locks for brown and black.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But even then, at least you're
weird.
working on the legs and you're familiar with it.
Exactly,
I just
right?
don't understand this of like, okay, now you're a brown belt now. Now we'll start teaching you about the legs. I'm like, what the fuck? Like
now, like here's 6 other things that you have to learn.
Yeah, and actually be good at. I mean, because then you get any of the guys coming in from an MMA gym. Like, I don't care where it is. Like, I train at an MMA gym, and I compete in jiu-jitsu. So, my whole, all of my jiu-jitsu competition team, we all train at a fucking MMA gym. You think our white belts aren't doing heel hooks? They are. So guess what happens now? You know, a decade from now, we got our brown belt, and we've been doing heel hooks from the time we were a white belt. And now this guy comes in and he's got his brown belt too. He's doing heel hooks the last 6 months. We're doing it the last, 12 years. Like, who's going to win that battle? Fuck.
It's true.
I mean,
yeah, even there is a time for white belts to learn, especially for MMA. I remember training with a white belt 8 years ago. He was fighting MMA and he won two fights by heel hook.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was walking into training wearing his white belt. And he was a white belt, but he just had a couple things that he was good at. He just took to that particular one.
Well, and that's the thing is that, they may be a white belt, but they're a white belt. Any belt, I don't care what color, any belt is going to be at your gym standards, and it's going to be based on what your gym is doing. So if you're at a recreational gym and you're just kind of a local competitor, right, versus the guy who's at an MMA gym or a competition jiu-jitsu team where like they just fucking focus. You get each one of those guys, put those guys in a division. The recreational one, the MMA guy, and the competition jiu-jitsu guy. They're each going to have a very different approach, but I guarantee you the recreational guy gets his ass kicked because the MMA guy is going to know shit that these other two are not even focused on because one's recreational and the other one's, going to be focused on the point system and this is what you do at this belt level and blah, 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 blah. But the MMA guy might end up losing on points too, right? Because the fucking comp guy is going to be all points, racking them up.
Actually, I think the MMA guy is more likely to win on points because their positional and like wrestling ability is going to be way
that is very true.
Much more superior.
That is very true.
So
but when you start looking at that 50-50 guard advantage point bullshit, that's where the comp guys are. Right.
Advantages
and that weird inverted guard shit.
Yeah, so and like the leg submissions that the MMA guys don't focus on too much, but more so now. We had this guy so when my friend Kirk, I gotta get him on. He's 6'6", 6'7", and just like Triangle City. It's awesome, right? He's a black belt now, and I grabbed him. I was a purple belt. He was a white belt. I grabbed him. I'm like, you are coming with me, and we are now training. So I consider him like one of my white belts. There was this guy, like, where was he from? Like Iran or something, and he was just this insane wrestler. Like Kirk fought him at least once, and he wasn't doing anything amazing. It was fireman's carry to guillotine. That's all he did. He did it to Kirk, and I'm like, how the fuck did he reach from there to there? Because like the dude was like my height, and Kirk's like, I'm 5'7". Kirk's like 6'6", 6'7". I'm like, how does he reach from your arm to your leg to fireman's carry? And he goes, I don't know. It happens so fast. I'm like, shit. And he just dominated, just with wrestling, dominated the blue and the purple belt division, like for years. Okay. Fireman's carry, guillotine, fireman's carry, or just like wrestle fuck you.
10 minutes.
We got about
morning,
10
by
minutes.
the way.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
So
Andre
yeah, wrestling can be extremely dominant in a lot of senses.
It definitely can. And I think anything, if you specialize in one area, because even when you look at like what I did today, like one of my teammates, he saw the videos and he was saying, he's like, holy fuck, like takedown clinic. And I'm like, yeah, but I do judo and I do it professionally. So while I'm sitting here and going, oh, my judo's not that good, like I'm only a blue belt, just, shut up, it's not that good. Compared to the jiu-jitsu people, it's pretty fucking good. Because they were flying.
And it's probably unnerving for them too, because some of those throws, just, ragdoll throwed.
Yeah, like the sumi that I love to do. Yeah.
Yeah, or the foot whips. It was like, I don't think some of them will really be like how hard and fast that you do those, because when BJJ people do foot sweeps, it's not that intense.
No, and even I was doing a foot sweep I never do, like the Osoto foot sweep where like you step with your outside foot and then your inside foot kicks their leg out. There's another one, there's a Kosoto one where like you step with your inside foot and you kick their leg out with your outside foot, and I was hitting that all day today. Like I think I did that in every single match.
Oh, damn, that's good.
And I've never done it before. I don't know where it came from. Like my friend was like one of my training partners. He's like, do you do that in sparring? I'm like, no, like I've never done that before today. I did it once for a belt test. Like, and then it was just hitting it left, right, and center, like every single match, and some of them multiple times in a match. It was weird.
It's always weird when you just get an opportunity and you go with it.
Yeah.
In tournaments, it's kind of nuts.
Well, it was just there for me all day. I was like, all right, oh, fucking foot sweep.
Yeah, the oh shit throw.
Yeah, right. oh shitagari. Yeah.
Oh shitagari. Well, and that's the funny thing. One of my coaches was just saying, this Thursday, I want to say, we were working the Tomonagi, and he goes, it's funny, we have so many sumi throwers here, and no one does a Tomonagi.
They're both
like they're the same throw. Your foot's just in a different spot, but it's the same throw.
Yeah. No, you know why? It's because it's easier to leverage and lift someone with your butterfly hook than it is with a foot on a hip.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would say you got to kick him in the butt smile, because one of
yes.
There's this little 14-year-old girl, and she didn't know.
I could always get like any sort of like hooking throw, or like semi throw, but Tomonagi, no.
If you put your foot up on their hip, they base out and they stick their butt out. Like they don't.
Yeah, or
they're expecting you to pull guard or do something. Like it's obvious what you're doing. But if you can slide in real slick with that sumi, and you're just kind of, and you're down before and your hook's in, and they're over.
Yeah.
Like
Training
to me, it kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. No, a training partner of mine. Every time you put your foot on his hip, he would sprawl and then he'd pass your guard. Oh, it used to piss me off. Way
Well, I
over.
run around your guard right away when you do that. Like the girls, anytime the girls are, then they did it to me a couple times today, but it like every competition without fail, at least for the jujitsu ones, someone's pulling guard. And that's exactly, they don't jump guard, they put their foot on your hip and they drop down.
Mm.
So you run around.
Yeah.
And I do the same when someone goes for a Tomonagi throw. You're, okay, you want to put yourself on your back for me? Thanks.
Beck, what's the time now? Like,
Oh, we're
how
probably
long?
really close to finishing.
We're pretty damn close, I think, yeah.
I think
Should-
we're
should
within
we-
a minute.
Yeah. Do you guys want to call it and then like we'll like hit messenger?
Sure.
You want?
All right.
All right.
All right. Cool. We'll wrap it up.
Sounds good.
All right. Awesome, guys. Michelle, dude, congratulations. That is a fucking valiant effort today.
Thank you. Felt
Yeah,
so good
three
to be
divi-
back, man.
Three divisions cleared out because we are counting that last fight of yours.
Totally.
All right.
So yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Anyone have anything else that they would just want to add before we get kicked out?
Like, subscribe.
Yeah, like, subscribe, and share, please. Anyone who's stalking Michelle, please like, subscribe, and share. And I don't know, we'll give you the
Look, motherfucker.
we'll give you the first two digits of the phone number.
Look, motherfucker. Anyone who's fucking stalking me, trust, if I get your area code, if your first Krav Maga lesson will be free. You have fucking been warned. My dad has a boat, and I will use it.
On that note,
Why I
peace
don't have
out.
stalkers.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you next time, smiley emoji.